All right, good morning, everyone. It's Melissa here. So I am getting ready to go to work for the whole day. I was asked to work today. Super psyched about this. So I did a video yesterday about when you're at the bottom, like what are you supposed to do, right? I had been locked out of my account, my own fault, my phone cracked. I am too cheap usually to buy a phone case and a screen. So I had forgotten my password again. It's a bad habit I have. And so luckily, my work card that I had went through. So I'm good. I'm going to buy some good non-slip shoes today. I had enough yesterday to get a pair of shoes to get to work. That sounds awful. But my feet were hurting even really worse last night. So I'm going to get a good pair of shoes today. I have to. I have to invest in my feet because if I don't, I can't even walk. And then I had a bank card that, I don't have any overdrafts or anything on it, so it should have went through, it didn't. So I had gone over there yesterday and the person I needed to speak with was not there. I had talked to someone on the phone before and they're like, go to your local bank. I have another card, luckily, that puts chips on it, so I just got to figure that one out from last night because I can't get it. It usually transfers to my Cash App, so I got to figure out how to get the password for that. And then of course I had my emergency fund and cash is king, but I had to buy a phone with my cash. So I try to not have everything on Cash App, but won't do that again, guys. Do not have don't even have that much on Cash App, honestly. So I had some stocks on there and stuff, and I'm like, shoot, I just lost those. So yeah, make sure your money is spread out in like 4 or 5 places. So if something happens, you're going to be okay. Also, I had called back on a job. I have to, try to figure out like school starting again next week, and I need to make sure I have enough work first. Um, but the classes will only be like it's a weird schedule. It's like 2 nights 1 week, one night 1 week, but the homework is going to be the big thing. So this will be a commitment now. We have the first part done. I learned a ton. I love these classes. So this will be up until August. It's going to be a lot of work. So trying to make sure that I have enough time to get everything done. So, yesterday I had a guy encourage me. He's like, God is taking care of you. And he is. He is, guys. So when it's really hard sometimes to trust God, but that is the key. And so my son yesterday I got to talk to. I said, I have missed you so much. And he was telling me what was going on and how he was helping somebody, which he's the type of guy to give you not just the shirt off his back, but like lay down his life for somebody. This is the type of guy he is. Somebody was in a crisis, he helped him, he missed his bus, and then he went around and he had helped other people with some stuff. So he is handing out gospel tracts and, involved in church again. And, I really had to trust God at the end. I remember I went to New Hampshire in June. I still have cream on my face. And I was like, he doesn't have a phone. I'm not sure where he is. So I had gone to McDonald's and I just had gone there without anyone really knowing I was going there just to pick up some hours over there because I wasn't sure if I was staying in New Hampshire or what I was doing at the time because I was trying to, take care of my storage and stuff. And he showed up out of the blue. And he's like, Mom, and I'm like, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're here. So that was a faith builder for me. So take the experiences that you have with God. And, I had already prayed I would see him. And he helped me put everything up in storage too because it was too heavy for me to carry everything. I had decluttered like a huge amount of storage all by myself. I had bruises all over my body from it. And then this one was like upstairs, the storage. So I needed help, and he helped me with that. And then we had gone to the gym together and stuff and out and everything. But I had to leave. He had sent me, a text in August. He wished we had had more time together and stuff. So I had kept his text. It ended positively, and and then I had to really pray harder recently. I've been talking to people, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, you must be so worried about him." I had already gotten his W-2 forms, one from here and one in New Hampshire, to have it ready for him if I saw him. And I'm like, God, just tell me where he is. That's all I need to know. It doesn't matter if I see him or not, just tell me where he is. And so I got to talk to him yesterday. So I think of the lost coin in the Bible, the lady who, found her coin was ecstatic. Sometimes when we lose something, we are more joyful when we find it. And it's just like God with us. When we are lost and far from God and someone comes to Christ, there's a party up in heaven, it says. The angels rejoice. So sometimes I didn't realize how hard that was on me. There was like this huge amount of stress that came off me. I felt like 100 pounds came off my back after talking to him and knowing he was okay. And I was doing fine. People were like, "Oh my goodness, most people wouldn't be able to smile or anything with their son missing." And I had a strong faith, and I knew God knew where he was. But just to have that conversation and know he's safe and he's well taken care of, and there's someone looking out for him and everything, it just took a ton of weight off me. So we were really happy to talk to him and know that all is good. So I pray regularly for my sons, almost on a daily basis for each one of them. It's something that I do. I usually pray for them. I forget myself sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, you got to pray for yourself too. So prayer is the key, guys, to keep your sanity when you have a lot of trials going on around you. So I was talking to someone yesterday too who said, you need to realize your husband's rotten. You need to understand that. A lot of men who grow up with their mother, with a very cold mother, as he had trauma, they actually become, and I didn't know this, he said it's psychological, they actually become men who hate women because their mother, like, emotionally, like, just was cold and beat on them and everything. They become they become those guys who kill women on the streets. They just hate women. So that kind of scared me. But he's like, you got to realize not only were they toxic, but he was he was bad. He's bad. He's rotten. So it was good to talk to some other people. And so telling you ladies, when you got other people around you, don't carry stuff. And that is going to be a huge help to you when you don't carry your burdens in life. We are told to carry one another's burdens in life and to fulfill the law of Christ, to help one another. So just as I've been helped, I've had people help me, and I've helped a lot of people, and I try to live a life of helping other people. And I don't always like to be known for being somebody who is doing it. I don't. I do a lot of things quietly and secretly so people don't know that I'm doing it. So that's what I got for now, guys, and God is good. And I always think of helping other people as like a savings account. You're not earning God's favor, but when that day comes, you're hoping that just as you helped other people, you will have the help in your time of need too. So that's kind of what I got for now. I will be putting more pro-life stuff on here, but just knowing how important your son is, that was a faith builder too, because God, even with abortion, God has allowed it, guys. He allowed to. I had someone say, your baby's up in heaven, and I'm like, yes, I know. My child that I lost is in heaven. And so God really is the one who decides when your child's going to die and when your child isn't. My son right now, the one I lost, he's got 9 lives. I swear, he does. If anyone should have been dead by now, it should have been him. He was telling me stories about other things he did. And I'm like, I am surprised you are even alive. Like, he had to wrap himself up in a plastic bag when he was sleeping in a park and people thought he was dead. And that's how he got help, because they thought he was dead and they reached out to him. So, I mean, it's just, and then he had a whole nother story, and it just goes on and on. And so, I'm telling you, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. There's nothing that's going to make you die early, even if you try, and there's nothing that's going to make you, not die when it's your time to go. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how much exercise you do, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, and that's all there is to it. And I've had a son who's literally tried to do things to end his life shortly, and it hasn't worked. So that's kind of how it is, guys. And you just got to keep on trusting God. And so for the pro-life movement, even though there were choices made, God did allow it. We don't understand it all. We know some babies have survived abortions, but you just got to see it that way, that God allowed it, and it was, it's not right, but he allowed it, and he had a purpose in it. That's kind of how you have to see it. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.